All right, time to talk about I gotta say that new child of the gun family here. Um, I know I said I was not going to buy any more guns because I just bought the Deagle, but this one really caught my eye when I went into a gun store the other day because I walked in and it was on the wall, and it set up how the operators and soldiers in like Black Hawk Down had them set up, also known as Gothic Serpent. And the guy who, let me look at it said, "Oh yeah, it's set up like it's the Black Hawk Down M4." So I was sitting there and I was really on the fence of whether I should buy it or not. And I decided to go ahead and buy it because this is a style of AR M4 clone that I have wanted to make for a very long time. I wanted to, like in the back of my head, I've always wanted to make a retro AR-15. And I figured, seeing this how it is with all the stuff, everything that you see that's on the rifle was already on it when I bought it. It came like this, so basically it's already done. And it's set up pretty damn well. The guy who owned it before me, he really knew his stuff. I kind of think this is an original flashlight that they used to use. It's pretty damn bright, and the other thing is too, when it stays on, I have to be sure not to keep it on. I have to turn it back off because this thing gets real hot real fast. He's got it taped with duct tape and some kind of camo tape there. Good quality camo tape, may I add, because I've had camo tape before and it didn't work. To the pressure pad taped to the handguard. He's got a original A1 carry handle with a hollow sun red dot affixed to it, and then one of these old style mag couplers, whereas you press it once to let the mag and the mag well loose, and then you hold it to let the it's not engaging, probably because it's a P-mag, not made for those. Let me flip it over. The other way to get the mag that's coupled out is you press this, you pull this out like that. Yeah, it was going to come out. I put the loaded one in here so I didn't accidentally strip around into the gun while, mesmerizing over it. And I added my Swiss 1896-11 sling to it just so I had a sling. So yeah, I went ahead and bought it the way it is. And because with everything on it the way it is, it was only $855. I'm going to assume if you were to have a company build this for you this way, they would, this would have probably been about $1,300, $1,600 from the word go. And it's already painted. I did not paint it. The guy who owned it before me painted it. Kind of a middle finger to the people who say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't paint your guns because nobody will buy them." No, that's big cap. A painted gun for a paint job on it already from the word go. That's custom. It's way more appealing than just being standard black. And it does have a. Let me go ahead and take the mag out. I know the other one's not loaded, but has a Bravo company charging handle on it. So it has an extended latch charging handle. And as you guys all seen, I was shooting this thing, and it shoots pretty good. This was the group it made. Now, the type of retro rifle the fellow was going for. I looked all over PSA's Heritage and Richardson line, H&R line, to try and figure out what type of retro build this is based off of the original Colt M4s, M16s. And I'm assuming it's PSA because it has a PSA bulk carrier. But that may just be an aftermarket bulk carrier. He may have bought this whole upper from somewhere else. But I looked and looked and looked for an hour, and I will put in clips of the information I found in the video while I'm talking here. But what this is a 14.5 with a pinned and welded flash hider. I can't remember the exact name of this flash hider off the top of my head, but it is pinned and welded. But it is a 14.5-inch barrel, and it has no forward assist and no shell deflector. And I looked and I looked and I looked on PSA to see if they sell an upper like this with a 14.5 that doesn't have a forward assist or shell deflector, and I couldn't find one. Maybe I wasn't looking in the right place. Maybe they have it and they just didn't have it listed. I don't know, because I looked for an hour just at PSA to see what type build this is, and I couldn't find nothing. So I went to Wikipedia and typed in the old Colt model ARs, because there are so many of them I can't remember all of them. I'm sure somebody else would be able to know all the models, like the 729 and the 603 and all that, and all of them. I'm sure there's people that, about like me with M14s, I'm more efficient with M14 rifles than I am ARs on the older models. But from what I found, I kind of think, now I'm going to go off memory, I will put the picture of what this actually is, and this is just me assuming. If anybody's looking at this in the video and they know more than me, feel free to let me know what type of clone this is based off of. But I think it was the GAU or GAU-5 rifle used by the Air Force. And because that was the only one I could find in that massive list of different AR models that was 14.5 inches long, that didn't have a brass deflector or forward assist with a fixed carry handle. All the other ones that were different models had either a brass deflector or a forward assist with a 14.5, and then if it didn't have either of those, it had an 11.5 inch barrel, which this doesn't have. Because even with this welded on an 11.5, it would be a pistol. And it's clearly, you can see this is a rifle, because it doesn't have a pistol brace on it. So, like I said, I saw it sitting there in the gun store, couldn't live without it, and it's basically done. So really this is just going to be something I just refine. He did put an Accu wedge in the lower. Let me try and show you guys that. And he did a good job on that as well. He shot the ever-living hell out of it before he sold it, because a lot of that carbon, and he greased it too. That grease is not from me. He greased the ever-living hell out of it, which I guess grease, I mean, I had no problem with it. I guess grease will work just as good as oil for the AR. But yeah, he greased it to hell and back. And oh, there we go. Yeah, he greased it to hell and back and shot the ever-living hell out of it before he sold it. I had to turn the camera off to put the lower back on because those pins are kind of hard to go back in. But anyway, I'm happy with my purchase. It grouped pretty good, even though it's not really meant 14.5, and you know I ain't putting no magnified scope on this. The only thing wrong with it was, and I don't know if it was because of recoil or something, but the hollow sun that is on there is not zeroed to the irons. And I tried to, well, I didn't try to zero them, but I was looking at it. Here, let me turn it on. Let me hold the camera real quick. Let me go up to 9. Try to show what the red dot looked like. See, it's over the red dot there. The red dot's over the iron sight, but on paper, at the distance I was shooting, what are you not showing up for? Let me put my Mountain Dew can out front. See if that helps show. Yeah, see, when you're looking at the rear sight through the front sight, the dot is way off to the right. It's kind of an optical illusion. It looks like it's over the front sight post, but it's not. It's off to the right and up high. So I didn't use that when I shot. Yeah, that right there really shows. He had that to the right. So I didn't use that earlier when I was shooting. I just used the irons. Let me turn that down. There we go, turned it off. Okay. But yeah, that's the only issue, but I can fix that. It may have jolted loose when he shot it, because like I said, this thing's been shot to hell and back. It's got a lot of carbon in it. He didn't clean it before he put it up for sale, so I don't know, maybe he's one of them that thinks you don't need to clean your rifle. Either way, everything else he did a fantastic job, and I'm glad he left it the way it was, because it's mine now. It's mine. So I have a GAU-5 clone, and I've been wanting to build a retro Black Hawk Down style late 80s, early 90s AR for a long time. I've still got my parts kit over here. I actually got another lower that I bought for my M16A2, so this kind of, you know, helped me along, because I do plan to try and rebuild get all the old classic ARs, and this is a good first step. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be grateful, and thank you in advance, and I'll be grateful for any information you guys can provide. So until the next video, which will be very soon because I've took the whole week off, I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Peace.